so, Doso, Sanjatan Jelo, Choso, Jinjel of Doso, Cholandolo, Jinjel of Doso, Nantroposo, Jinjel of Doso, Troba, Shiso, Java, Jinjel of Doso, Nijita Bandalama Sola, Jaso, Chicken Jalatan Sola, Jaso, Nasa Bandalama Sola, Jaso, Tobeta, Joa, Jinjel of Doso, Tojishan, Joa, Jinjel of Doso, and the Damba Jinjel of Doso, Chaja Chamber, Chojo, Mondo, Sendinella, Tobra, Jinjel of Doso, Sanja Gunda, Lamala, Kosokoba, Chamber, Chazalon, the Melon, or Washibata. Good morning. So last time, I don't know how long have been, I talked about the Achi as a you know, how to practice as a Dharma protectors. So we already talked about that one, but today I think I'm going to talk a little bit more detail on the Aji's Sādhanā. There's a many different sadhanas, Aji Sādhanā. But today, what we're going to talk as I think pretty much everyone have the same English or Spanish and Vietnamese wrote by the Gukujorana. So this sadhana there. So from those many, we're going to talk on this sadhana because this is a more elaborated or more complete sadhana than normal. We have in the TMC we have a short one called from the Lord Jidusumgun, because that one is not really, you know, not really detailed for the person, practitioner, beginner like us. It's a little bit confused there. I think most of people who great, you know, long-time practitioner who are really familiar how to practice those, and then that short one is good. But I think beginner person, like person who we always need the detail, you know, step by step. So for that, I think that kind of short one is sometimes it give you a little bit confused. So I thought maybe this is more elaborated or more little bit more detailed. So we're going to talk from this text. I think you saw the called the Dharana of the Chökyi Drolma, the protector of the teachings. So she is herself also mentioned many times, which is we will talk later. She's going to protect this lineage because this lineage actually come from her own family lineage. So she said, in the future, when from my you know, grandchildren to come great practitioner and teacher, when he come, I will be manifest as a protector of that lineage, that particular tradition. So the reason when Jidusumgun come, she manifests as a Dharma protector. Since then in the Gunkaji lineage, you know, and also some Kiluba monastery also practice Achi as a really essential point, what called the protector of the Dharma protectors. Basically, Aji Chökyi Drolma is not just only Dharma protector also, you know, but since she was a manifest as a Dharma protector, so we have to treat us that way. Like I think similar way, like Jeresi manifests as a Dharma protector. Sometimes said Jeresi, sometimes said Chakra. But the main point is already enlightened beings manifest as a Dharma protector. But when practice of the Mahakala, we have to practice a Dharma protector. So same as Achi here too. But so the reason when we practicing Achi as a Dharma protector, we don't visualize herself as a Yidam deity, because she is the protector, not the main practice of our Yidam deity. So that way here ourselves as a manifest as a or generate as a Vajravarahi or Vajrayogini, and then Achi is in front of us. We're visualizing. We just come by step. So that is a little bit different. As the last time I mentioned, when we visualize in front of you, Achi, we normally, Gachi Rinpoche always said, you have to visualize she is like your mother. You are her child. That kind of sense of closeness. Normally, we said, when you are ordinary, you have to see Dharma protector as a like king, highly respectable. Then when you become a yogi and great practice, then you have to see Dharma protector as like a civilian brother and sister, whatever. But when you become highly accomplishing the Mahasiddha, then Dharma protector you have to treat as a servant. So that is how we have to build a relationship to the Dharma protector and we practitioner. So based on the label of our what called the improvement of our practice and relationship between the Dharma protector and ourselves as a change also. So here, so just according to ourselves, like we have to treat her as our child, and I think that is the best way to. So she as our mother, and we are her child, and based on that, we have to practice as Dharma protector. Okay, so we go to skip if your text like Vietnamese one. I saw it have a what called like a opening prayer. So just go to the main text. It said the homage to the Vajrayogini, and this is the brief practice of the approach and accomplishment of the protector guiding and having gone for refuge and generate the bodhicitta. So here said, brief practice of approach and accomplishment. What is approach? Approach means when we practice the deity or Dharma protector, we become so close, that is called that. So what is the closest one? Is it? And here in the Dharma protector, we not become inseparable of the Achi, not necessary. But when it comes to according to the Yidam deity, approach means becoming really close. When it's becoming so close that inseparable, okay? And so then accomplishment is it? Then through that to become like a inseparable, or then then we can perform the activities. So normally come three nyemba tuba le, which is mean the approach, accomplishment, and perform the activity. So perform activity is not mentioned because it's mainly first we have to focus on the approach and accomplishment. Without the approach and accomplishment, we cannot perform the activities. It doesn't work. So that way you can experience this one. Sometimes you try to do some recite the mantra, and if you try to see the result that mentioned in the mantra, benefit what kind of, like for example, Zambala mantra. You recite the Zambala mantra and try to see if you become rich or not. If you see the there's called the what called this Nurjuma, one of the goddess, and said if you read this sutra, you become so rich, but without the approach and accomplishment, if you recite that mantra, you never become rich. Okay, your house is not going to be full of wealth because that gaining rich or is result of activities. That activity only can perform when you reach and accomplish something. Without the reach and accomplishment, you cannot perform the activity. So if you want to be, gain the benefit of that practice, then you have to, you have to yourself is put on the practice of approaching and performing accomplishment. Without the approaching and accomplishment, cannot, cannot perform the enlightened activities. So that way, these two are the important. Then enlightened activity, last one is even you don't wish it, it will come. So I think that reason they mentioned here, so two from those three as a practice of the approach and accomplishment. It's like getting closer to that particular deities. So here, what is the approach and what is the accomplishment is when we recite the Achi mantra, that is, or Vajrayogini mantra, is called approaching. And when we're meditating to the Vajrayogini, it's a accomplishment. You have to accomplish to the particular deity. So same as a meditation on the Achi, as it's an accomplishment, and recitation of a mantra is a approaching. I think from this sadhana, you have to, those two are what is the meaning. So here first, there's a two kind of generation. Yourself transforming to the deity, and from is the Dharma protector Achi. So what you transforming is here, we read from the text, said, from myself as a Vam syllable appearance of Vajrayogini. So yourself first is become a completely, totally empty. And then you within the emptiness, you visualizing as a Bam syllable. Bam syllable is a seed syllable of the Vajrayogini. Also, is a Bam syllable is your own consciousness, as a form of a Bam syllable. And here, Vajrayogini is a ruby red color. So you have to visualize it as a Bam syllable, as a red color. And said a body red in color. So then that Bam is transformed to the Vajrayogini. So Vajrayogini is a body is a red color adorned with the channel ground ornament. Here, what is the channel ground ornament? Is called the 5 bone ornament in the Vajrayogini. Sometimes you see Vajrayogini is called the 5 bone and jewel ornament. Some Sādhanā see. Basically, Vajrayogini is a naked body, and on the naked body, she's just wearing as a bone ornament. Here, 5 bone ornament is in the particularly Vajrayogini. First is called the bone wheel, Chakra, on her crown, and those 5 crowns is come out of that each hole of the chakra, because chakra have 8 hole. Okay. So 5 of them in the front, and each one come out the 5. What call this? What call head crown, like a bone ornament of the crown come out of the wheel, and the 3 are 3. There's a 3 behind. As her loose hair is come out of that. So that one's the first one called the Dharma, what called the wheel. It's called the bone wheel. And the second one is called the earring, bone earring. And third one is called the bone necklet. There's a flesh and bone head necklet. And fourth one is called the dubu, is mean the bracelet, okay, made by bone. And the fifth one is normally is called the sereka. Sereka is normally is kind of like a belt on the shoulder, but I think Vajrayogini is a specific one. Is a kind of like a in the her front, she is wearing bone kind of a cover of the her front. as a kind of like a bone. It's a bone ornament, which is I think lots of Vajrayogini you see from the waist to down have a bone ornament something. So those this one is a called the Chena ground ornament. Five bone ornament. Sometimes you see the 5 bone ornament. Sometimes you see the Chena ground ornament. Why is used the Chena ground? Is it because bone is come from the Chena ground? That way is as a Chena ground ornament. Also because this is also Vajrayana. Lots of wood is come. You really secret name. You know they not mention lots of time direct wood. So this one is you don't see bone ornament lots of time. As I said, it's a Chena ground ornament. We just talk about the bone ornament. They're holding cutting knife, or sometimes we use as a hook knife. Yeah, hook knife. There's the hook knife itself. I think there's 2 kind of hook knives. It's called the father's or male hook knife and female hook knife. So she is holding the female hook knife. So female hook knife is a hook. It's not that not so much bent, but a male hook knife is bent really sharply. Like a hook is really bent sharply. Female is not much bent. That's called the hook knife as a female. Then left hand is called the kapala. So she's holding that one. Kapala. One of the Drupal master said, Kabbalah is actually ka, pa, la, as a syllable, as a symbol significant of the 3 kayas. Ka as a dharma kaya, pa as a sambhoga kaya, la as a nirmana kaya. So also Kabbalah is holding all the wisdom nectar, which is that way Kabbalah's front head is have to be toward to you, because this is like accomplishing the CD. So she is holding the left hand is a Kabbalah, left leg upraised, right bent. So she's you can see in the picture, right is bent to the touch to the thigh, left is on the ground. They pose the majesty on the top of the yellow corpse. So top of the yellow corpse as a symbol of a Mara, which is we will talk when it comes to the Achis. And a lotus sun from the seeds syllable in the heart, light radiate, invite the Jnana Sattva who look like the oneself. So you yourself is visualizing as a Vajrayogini. And from the Vajrayogini seed syllable of the bum, radiating wisdom light from the pure land to inviting the identical wisdom beings. So what you visualizing is called the Samaya beings, and what you inviting from the pure land is called the wisdom beings. So that is the practice of so I think this is a built into confident of a divine pride of that thing like, oh, I am the Vajrayogini, I'm not pretending some things, that this is not just only my conceptual of a, kind of like a, what is called, like a pretending or faking. So you need a confidence of I am the Vajrayogini, because if you don't have that confidence, you think that is this I'm imagining, then if it's you don't have that truly within you, no matter how long you practice, you never become a Vajrayogini. Yeah, there's something there, within you that they have a that seed is within you. That way, when you practice, you have a good chance to become Vajrayogini. I mean, there's a 100% chance. Long as we put the effort, we can become a Vajrayogini. Why? Because within our mind stream, a seed of a Vajrayogini is within us. is not come from anywhere else. So the reason you need this confidence about I am a Vajrayogini. This is in the Vajrayana we use as a divine pride. So this Jnana Sattva inviting and deserving to you as a Samaya Sattva, it helps to build this confidence more deeper and it's become more real. So I think that reason we have to invite in the wisdom beings from the Pure Land. It have a each pure meaning. There's a detail, but I think if we do maybe some other time Vajrayogini teaching, maybe there more can go detail. But today I think that is enough because the main focus is not the Vajrayogini. Then after that, this is what is mean the accomplishment. What you visualizing the Vajrayogini. That's called the accomplishment. Then next one is approaching. Approaching is said then essence mantra circle to the bum syllable and standing on the top of the sun disk. So at your heart, and there's a sun disk. On the sun disk, bum syllable standing on the then essence mantra. Here, the Vajravarahis or Vajrayoginis essence mantra is a Bam Hari Nisahung. This is one of the essence. Like essence mean the all her long mantra is to put all the two meaning together, and it become like a short mantra. So Bam Hari Nisahung. This one is a really essence mantra. Lots of actually essence mantra, they are not really have a specific meaning describing. Why? Because it's so short. If you want to make meaning, then you have to make this as a long mantra. So that reason this is that way it's called the essence. Really like essential point of the mantra is put here, and with this we have to repeat this many times possible. I think this is also when we do Dharma, protector practice, and we offering to the worldly being or like many different kind of we do Dharma offering to the worldly being, Dharma offering to the Naga, and those are I think if we're not visualizing ourselves as a deity, then we kind of like worshiping to them. So it is contradictory with your refuge vow. Once you took refuge, you're not allowed to take worship to the worldly God. So here, once you generate the deity, then all those other practices like a Dharma protector practice, or giving Dharma offering practice, and those are becoming part of the, part of the practice, Buddhism practice, without the contradiction with the refuge vow, because you yourself as a visualizing the deity. I think that is the main reason to always say you have to have this, you visualizing yourself as a particular deity. And here is a Vajrayogini, but I mean, you can do whatever other deity if you have a personal deity, you can do that one. But here is what we visualize as a Vajrayogini. Okay, then then we're visualizing. Actually, main practice is this one now. Said in the practice of the from generations, it means that what we visualize in front of us. In the front of oneself, on the top of the four Mara. See, this one is like you see, Achi is sitting on this or here look like a human body. This is a symbol of the Mara. So there's two kind of Mara. In the Sutra tradition, as they use as a Mara as a like a skanda, Mara as a aggregate, sorry, Mara as a skanda, Mara as a afflicted emotion, Mara as a death, and Mara as a son of God. So there's 4 different Mara. And the Tantra, as those 4 symbolize as 4 most powerful worldly beings. Like a Mara of the afflicted emotion is manifest as a Shiva. He is I think within the human beings, he was the most powerful one. So Shiva as a human realm's most powerful one. Then Mara of the Skanda as a Brahma. Brahma is the king of or most powerful of the form realm. And son of Mara of the son of the God as a Ishwar, or God of the 33 God realms. So he is the most power of the desire realms, God realms, and Mara of the death as a Vishnu, which is the most powerful of the demigod. So these 4 beings as a most powerful worldly beings, Brahma, Indra, Vishnu, and Shiva. So this is because worldly beings, no matter how they are powerful, always have a worldly force. So they will lead you to the wrong direction by following them. If you follow to the worldly beings, only bring to the deeper in the samsara. So so this is a symbol of stepping over all the worldly powerful beings as because they controlling the samsara and making samsaric being as a deeper. So that way, this is a symbol of stepping over the Mara as sitting on the body. Some deities you will see actually all four deities under their feet. Brahma, Indra, Vishnu, and Shiva. But here is a one corp of a body. I don't know, is it death or life? I think it's more look like a life of body. Achi as a sitting on this body as a symbol of she is a more powerful, that she can overpower the worldly power, so that way worldly being can liberate it from the worldly force. So the reason is said sitting on the 4 maras. That's a reason is that way she is sitting on the body. So here now we can go to and said on the 4 mara, white free syllable as a Achi's seed syllable is a white free, radiating light from the Shi, radiate light. There's only in front of you right now is only on the sun, the lotus and the sun, moon, and the 4 maras as a body on the top, and Shi syllable. She radiated light and and bring all the power, energy, brilliant, all the good quality from the Daginis. It's called here it's called activity Daginis and wisdom Daginis. So it means that there's a 4 kind of 5 Daginis, 4 in Latin activities. So like Vajra Daginis, Tathagata Daginis, Lotus Daginis, and activity Daginis, Karma Daginis is the same. So all those wisdoms, beings, wisdom is a bring to the as a all the energy quality is a bring to the Shi, deserve to Shi. So here, as a Daginis, when we talk about the Daginis, there's actually 2 kinds of Daginis. One is called the mundane beings, kind of like a woman, with the supernatural power, you know. And lots of women have that kind of supernatural power, and that people don't want to mess up with them, because without they are physically, you know, involved of the harming, they can, with the supernatural power, to can harm other beings. So this is called the worldly dakinis. When people, that kind of dakinis, is not so nice. So that way you see in the Shanti there was a prayer. Those dagini and you know, yaksha may have a bodhicitta. So that is which dagini talking about is a worldly being dagini, you know, with supernatural power. That kind of dagini is actually not so nice. So when somebody call you that kind of dagini, then you are kind of like a criticizing on you. So it's more like a evil spirit, evil beings, as a name, as a dagini. So the reason Shantideva said those dagini may have a bodhicitta. So that is specifically talking about the worldly daginis. But this is mentioned in the Vajrayana. And in the Vajrayanas, generally, there's three kinds of daginis. It's called the co-emerge daginis, generate through the co-emerge, or manifest, or I think you can say manifest from the co-emerge, and manifest or born out of the charm, or born out of the practice as a dakinis. Ngalike is in the Tibetan. And last one is called the born out of a grove or field. So first one, dagini, which is generated through the you know, co-emerge, is it talking about like a Panchada Paramita, Vajrayogini, already within the already complete, achieve the Buddhahood. So that one. And the second one is a Vajrayana practitioner who are highly accomplished, like a you know, Maji Drube Gyamo, like a, you know, Maji Lab Gitama, Aji Gitama, when she became human form, and those kind of dagini is called you know, born out of charm or born out of a practice. And the last one is what's called born in the grove, mean the in the field, like a 24 Chakra Sambhava's mandala field, you know, that kind of place. So those are have not yet accomplishing any kind of practice, but they have a naturally dagini sign. So, but here, what we're talking about is I think the dagini, which is the, you know, from the like 24 places of the mandala of the Chakra Sambhavaras, and those dagini have a supernatural power, you know. So, so that kind of supernatural power is bring back to with the light and dissolve to the Shri syllable of the Achi, I mean seed syllable, and then said from then transform to the lady of the space. Sometimes we as a translates a lady of the space, sometimes translates as a queen of the space, because she is the queen of the dagini. You know, all those daginis, she is the queen of the dagini, because Achi is all those three daginis she is a co-emerged dagini, because she is inseparable of the Panchada Paramita and Vajrayogini. Also, she is a you know, generated through the Vajrayana practice, because when Achi was born in Tibet, she have a complete highly realization, even she achieved the Rainbow body. So that way she is also generated through the Vajrayana. And she, when she was born, also many times she was a kind of like manifest as a field dagini, you know, in the land, like different area, she was manifest as a field Dagini. So the reason I think Achi is all those Dagini's quality is within the Achi. That way, she is the queen of the space, queen of the, you know, Daginis. So that way it's called the lady of the space, and Chökyi Drolma, that is her name. In full faces. So this one is a kind of like an ancient time, especially in Tibet. Lots of, you know, when they describe it as a beautiful, I think including in India too, they describe it as a beauty, they said, face like a moon, totally round. But nowadays, if you said to the women, oh, your face like a moon, totally round, they will really get mad. You know, beauty is a change. That is a see, you know, everything is our projection. It's not real. Like ancient time, people think beauty mean the choppy one. Beauty mean the round face. Now they have to be beauty mean the long face. If somebody said, oh, you have a beautiful round face, then I think this become offensive. So that is also changing the perception. That way, it's not really all the illusion. But illusionally, whatever we believe, so they said she is she like a moon in the full face. It's like full moon, beautiful looking full moon. Also, her body as a, you know, also also this is a what called skin color, also white. Now people don't want to white. Lots of people, especially Western people, you know, they really have to go to sunbath to tense themselves to make look beautiful, or they have to use some kind of a cream to make more brown. So so make sure they are not too looking white. So I mean, that is how she see as a everything is changing. You know, perception is a change. But at that time, this is like a long time ago, people believe that way. So, and said with some hair bound up on the crown and the rest is flowing loosely on her back. She is wearing conch shell. This conch shell, I said, you know, last time I think when we were talking about, I'm not sure what is where she's wearing conch shell, but I was recently looking somewhere, and they said sometime conch shell mean actually conch shell turban is a full is a dung te. Dung mean the conch shell, te is as a turban, but they said it's mean the name of the flower, you know, the particular flower with a white color flower. This is called as a conch shell. So this is kind of like a secret name of that particular flower. So sometimes saying is a somebody is look like a conch shell. That means that look like that flower. So in this picture I'm sharing here, is you see Achi is wearing lots of flower adorned here, but some other image, even the 5 crown in her crown is with a full of conch shell. I mean, sorry, flowers. So this is not really literally talking about the conch shell as a this one. You know, I think mainly talking about the color. Conch shell color. Conch shell is white, so it's something white. She's adorned on her crown and her body, which is the white flowers. That is it. And it is put as a bone ornament. Bone ornament is not there in Tibetan. This is translated as a arrow. I think mistranslated. Bone is not there. Peaceful Aji, I don't think so she have any bone ornament except she is holding the skull cup. Other than that, I don't think so. So there's a Tibetan also, it said Tungtu. It means the conch shell turban and many jewel of the human or divine jewel ornaments. So there's no bone ornament is not really mentioned there. So this one is we have to recheck with the translator, you know, because this is translated by the Ranachita translation group. So I don't know where they got the bone ornament one, but it's not in Tibetan there. And also peaceful Achi, I don't think so have a bone ornament. So that was maybe a little bit mistake. Then with the many human and the divine jewels, so she's wearing all those jewel ornament. Mm. And embellish, it means that like a adorn, you know, her body is adorned with all those really precious jewel and flowers. So beautiful. A peaceful normally never wear the bone ornament. Only bone ornament is a part of the wrathful, especially. So I don't know if that's necessary or not. So you have to ask them. You know, I cannot say anything, but it's not. I said it's not there based on the original Tibetan text. Okay, so 5-color silk garment. So she's wearing the long garment, which have also with the 5 colors. And with her right hand, she raised as a slope miru that illuminate the 3 world. So that means the right hand is, you can see in the picture, she is holding the miru, and that miru, in the miru can see, you have to go lower, in the miru can see, no, I mean, that is not Achi, Vajrayogini, go lower, yes, go more. The color, that one, yes. So right hand is holding the miru. That is a miru as a symbol. Is she can see all the 3 world. I mean the underground world, like hell realm, hungry ghosts, animals, and above ground, and on the ground, like human beings, and also demigod and many other beings, and above ground as a god realms. So or can say desire realm, form realm, formless realm. So that means that she can see the whole samsara completely clear, like a miru. You know, miru have a reflection of see everything. So that is a miru as a symbol of that she can see everything. Right hand raised as a love of miru that illuminate the 3 world, and her with her left she hold her vase Kabbalah full of jewel. So is this like she is fulfilling anyone's wishes? So that way she is holding in the Kabbalah full of jewel as a symbolic of the fulfilling anyone of what they want, you know, whatever they wish. That is true, you know. Nowadays, in India, our monastery is really busy with the Aji temple. You know, Aji temple is so busy that people start coming from the morning like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock too, until like pretty much whole day, unless the caretaker he took break. So that is showing us because they gain benefit from her, you know, request. So that way, you know, fulfill anyone's wishes. I heard this one is some people, you know, like they did test. Some went to the different monasteries, some went to the other monastery, and some came to the Degung, to Achi, to, you know, gain to the some kind of, you know, request. So other people went to the other monastery, they didn't fulfill their wishes, but who came to the Achi, they fulfilled their wishes. Since then, everyone is start coming to the Achi. So so that make the Achi's temple is so busy. I mean, that is the reason, is the way, because she is fulfilling anyone's wishes, you know, long as supportive that with our merit, and she will fulfill anyone's wishes. So that is a symbol of the she is holding the Kabbalah in her left hand with the full of jewels. Then said she is standing graceful on her 2 feet on the center of the orderly white lotus, displaying the garland of the 5-color light from the syllable in the 3 places. Light ray continually radiated, invited the protectors of the teachings of the glorious goddess and her retinue from their nature bodies. So, so this one is So she's like standing in the picture here, like two, standing like peaceful. Achi is basically standing, and from her, three places is mean the forehead, throat, the heart is called you have to visualize the Om, white Om at the forehead, red A as a throat, and blue Hung as a heart. Those three are the symbol of the three doors: body, speech, minds. So white from those three place is a radiating wisdom light. This is kind of like a same-day invitation, and bring to all the dagini of the Aji Chökyi Drolma, whatever naturally abide. And naturally abide mean the pure land, or naturally abide mean all the land of the dagini, like including the Tikung Tetum, whereas the Achi is one of the main land of the Achi. So all pure land, wherever the is Achi, and all this invite in the identical form of Achi and dissolve to what you visualize in front of you with the mantra Om Damadara Mama Dajine Bazasaraman za hum bamho. So with this mantra is the inviting the Damadara mean the Chökyi Drolma, Aji Chökyi Drolma, Dharma, and Mama Dagini, and mean the mother, all the Daginis, and Bazar Samaya Zazas. So it's a Samaya, because she make the pledge, she make the commitment. So that way she is under the oath. So oath holder, pledge holder. Every Buddha and Bodhisattva, they make an oath, they make the pledge, they make the commitment. So you are under the commitment of your own pledge. So that way we have a right to invite them. So that is like she said, anyone who need, I will be there to protect them. So that is what we say as I really need your help. Please come here. Then Zahum Bamho Asa, 4 different daginis, dagini who hold the hook, dagini who hold the lasso, dagini who hold the chain, and dagini who hold the bells. So lasso is like a putting on the hook on the something that you want to bring here. So hook on the wisdom beings. And by that hook bring to from the pure nature about of the pure land to here wherever we are. Then lasso tied 2 of them, wisdom and samaya, and the chain make them inseparable, and the bell as a zahum bam ho make them delightful. Those are inseparable. So this is, I think we have to think about why is it delightful? Those, wisdom being and samaya being, they have no conflict. Like when we got 2 people together, no matter how close you are, there always be sometime argument, sometime conflict, always there sometime a disagree. Because we never be, no matter how close we are, we never become the same. 2 people. Like, most of married people know that one. You're not going to have a 100% peaceful life with a marriage life. They always have sometime argument, sometimes I disagree each other. That is the nature. Why? Because we are not same. We always have an individual's identity, individuals and differential. So that way they are also not same. But when wisdom being and samaya beings called the delightful, after the inseparable, the delightful they never have conflict. Why? Because when water mixes with the water, there's no conflict. But when water mixes with the mud, water mixes with the color, water mixes with a different one, and there's a conflict. So when come 2 inseparable or 2 identical, 2 non-differential come together, they never had a conflict. So that way said delightful. When we two different come together, always have a conflict. So that is a different. It's a wisdom being and Samaya being are inseparable. They are not, it's a wisdom is not more real, and this Samaya is not less real. Both are real equally, same. That way, when the wisdom being and the Samaya being merged together, there will be have a without the conflict, delightful. So that reason, I think this for the mantra is Za Hum Bam, who is showing as a Za is a bringing to the wisdom being from the Pure Land, and Hum is a tying them together, and Za Hum Bam make them inseparable. Once they become inseparable, and the whole make them delightful. Gekshin to Shuba. It means that really joyfully, delightfully, together. So that is a why, because they are two mixed, same one mixed together. So that way there are no conflict. It's like a water, pure water mixed with the pure water. Two bottles of water come from the same company, and you put in the one bottle, and they are nothing conflict. Same way, those two, wisdom being and a Samaya being, what you visualize, what you invite in for the Pure Land, those are no differential. Only why we have to do this one is it helps us to more confident about what we visualize. So for you is become a more feel like real. Normally we have this concept of, oh, this is my imagination. This is my, visualize. It's not real, but it's by this it becomes real. So that is from earlier mentioned, the text is said approaching and accomplishment. So visualizing the Achi in front of us, and that is a part of the accomplishment. Now, approaching is a recitation of a mantra. So here, recitation of a mantra is how to visualize it when you will recite a mantra, and what we have to think is from the Bam syllable in the one's own heart, light emanate. In here, didn't say mantra emanate. So light emanate. I think that's so light, sometimes said 5-color light, sometimes said, the syllable light. I don't know, doesn't matter, kind of wisdom light emanate from our own heart as ourselves as a Vajrayogini or Vajrayogini, and at the heart, Bam syllable, radiate the light, and in showing from the left nostrils as it come out of our left nostril, and enter the right nostril of the deity generated in the front. It means the Aji Chökyi Drolma, and said descending into the tree in her heart, and circling the mantra. So it's dissolved to, that light is dissolved to the Shri and circling the mantra. Aji mantra is a circling to the Shri syllable. Syllable is at the heart of the Aji. Shri syllable is a center and circling the mantra. So when what is going on when the light is dissolved to the Aji's seed syllable and mantra is called the invoking. Like you push it, telling her, please do this, requesting. So it's called the Tudang Kulua. It means that invoking her commitment, invoking her compassion, invoking her samaya. That way it's called the invoking by this light. So this is basically telling Achi, please do as what you promise. Please do as you make a commitment, you make the vow. So it's a reminder to her, basically kind of reminding or invoking by when they dissolve to our light from our, which is a manifest from our heart. Then because of that invoke, so what happened is a stinging, striking and rousing her heart samaya light, then exit her left nostril and enter to the ones through the right nostril. This light contains the circle is in this manner. So from her seed syllable, she, radiate light. It can be there's a 5-color light or 4-color light, or I think 1-color light, white color. I think it doesn't matter. The light is come out of her left nostril and enter to our right nostril. When and dissolve to our heart. When we receiving that one, what is going on? That light is what bringing is and bringing all the good qualities like longevity, wealth, fortune, all the enlightened activities, like all the four enlightened activities is a form of light march from the Achi and deserve to us, then we receive all those enlightened activities. So this one is that one. Also, there's another way to visualizing on the Aji Kando. This text is a kind of like practice of the Achi, special practice of the Achi. There's another way you can do is a little bit more complicated, but if you like a little bit more complicated, more challenge, and what do is same is emerging from our heart, light is the same and deserve to the Aji's seed, syllable, and mantra. But from the Aji's syllable and mantra, radiate light, and from all the 6 realms, all the good fortune, health, wealth, fame, all the good fortune and all the good quality bring back to the form of light, and it offering to the Achi. Okay, that is transformed to the offering, and all the worldly, wealth, power, longevity, and whatever good quality is bring to the light is they bring it by the light and offering to the Achi. Once we're offering to the Achi, then Achi give us some part is also with the form of a blessing. So that is also there's a little bit complicated. You can do both way, but I think beginner is just do the first one, then do the light circling continually. When you come out from you and it deserve to the Achi, that is a light is what functioning from the light is invoking to the Achi from the heart commitment. Then from the Achi is a light deserve to you is receiving all the good quality and fortune and longevity and all those good quality receiving you from Achi to and deserve to you. So that is what light, form of light. What we do is when we recite the mantra. Of course, here you have to recite the Achi's mantra. Mainly because we already did the self-generation earlier as with the Vajrayogini's mantra. Here is mainly focusing on the front deity, Aji Chökyi Drolma. So when we focus on the front deity, Aji Chökyi Drolma, and here recitation mantra is only Achi mantra, but the light is circling this way, kind of. And then with that, then recite the mantra of here in this Sādhanā said, Om Sao Buddha Dājin Shri Mama Chakra Sohas. Okay, then it said, recite the mantra as much as you can. Then after the recite the mantra, here said at the end, after the recitation mantra, then said to exhort. Here they use exhort. Earlier I use as a sorry. So here, after the recitation mantra, I use as a invoke, but as here in the translation they use as a exhort. I think meaning is the same, like telling her your pledge. So this is should be smaller than rest of the text because it's not the part of the chanting. This is more like a what called the explanation. Mulasa, I think female Dagini, like including the Vajrayogini, there are lots of come Joe. I don't know what is main reason is so said in the past life at the channel ground of the Udiyana is the presence of the wisdom Dagini of the 5 family, your appearance as a re-emanate of the Vajrayogini, and took the oath to guard to the Buddha's teachings. So this one should have some story. So this is in Udayana, mean the like between the Pakistan and Afghanistan, those area is called the Udayana. This is the place. And in Udayana, because the Vajrayogini is the first start from there. Okay, after the Lord Buddha passed away, Parinirvana, Vajrayogini first start from there. So in the Udayana, in the channel ground, the present of the wisdom Dagini of the 5 families. So wisdom Dagini of the 5 family is those 5 Buddha families of the wisdom beings, like Vajrayogini and the 4 retinues is called the 5 families. Vajrayogini is the Buddha family, and there's also called the Vajra family, Lotus, Tathagata family, Lotus family, and Karma family. So from those 5 family of the Dagini, Achi called the as a 5 family, you appear as a re-emanations. Why? Because those 5 Daginis or 5 Buddha family of the female Dagini is the emanation of Dharmakaya to manifest as a form body. With from that emanation to Achi manifest from the Vajra family. That way is said a re-emanation of the Vajra Daginis. So there's a 5 Daginis. From the 5 Dagini as a symbol as a 5 families. So there's a Vajra Daginis. So she is the Vajra Dagini re-emanated, Yangtul, Tuba Yantuba, Tube Yantuba. It means that 5 Dagini themselves as an emanation. From there to re-emanated as a Achi, as a 1 Dagini, and took the oath to guard the Buddha's teaching. So she manifests as a took oath of the guard. This is similarly, this is a wrote by Rijipinzo. Similar one is a Lord Jidisung's teaching that's called the practice of the Achi. There's a in the Lord Jidisung said re-emanated of the Vajra Dagini as a sacred Vajra Dagini, and come from the Udayana. So Aji Chökyi Drolma. So he called also Aji Chökyi Drolma as a come from the Udayana, which is actually re-emanated from the Vajra Dagini family. So that it is, I think these 2 are kind of same. Other than that, I don't have exactly a story. I try to find exactly a story. What is the behind? Is because they have some story. There's maybe giving appearance of the 5 Dagini and give empowerment, and Aji manifest as a within the 5 emanation to re-emanate it as a protector, and want to make the oath of a protection, protect the Dharma. So, but I couldn't find the really behind the true story, really story. So, but this is based on the Jidisung's teaching of the Aji Sādhanā and Rijipinzo's this supplication, those 2, as I say, in Udayana, 5 Dagini manifest. Those 5 wisdom Dagini mean the enlightened beings like Vajrayogini and for the Redino. That is what is a wisdom Dagini is. And she re-emanated as a manifest within from those 5 Dagini to from the Vajra Dagini, she manifests. So that is, I think, only that much I have story. If you have a better story, you can, you can ask to some other Aji export, large Aji export in the Dugun. So I don't have that much export, knowledge on the Aji. So this is only this much I found. That definitely there's a one behind this quote. There's a story, but I don't have that story. Okay, then here said, do not in a way, any way stray from your oath. It means that you make the commitment in the past. Accept accept this Belinda as a torma, offering torma, and adorned with the masa and rakta. Masa means the meat, rakta means the 5 nectar. So those actually in the Vajrayana they have a secret name. It's called the masa. It's called the hook, and rakta or nectar is called the lamb, because those 5 nectar and increasing your lamb of experience, like lightening your experience. So that way called the 5 lamb. And the hook is bringing all the 5 Buddha family by those. So this is not necessarily talking about some people may think, oh, we have to put meat and blood on the torma. If you do that one, none of enlightened being will come around you. Only spirit come, evil spirit. So never ever do that one. Because one time somebody give me a bottle of wine, said, I put my own blood in there because need the blood. So those are not necessary. Actually, it's a not good idea. So don't think as this is a thing as some kind of like a bring to the energy. Some kind of bring to the energy by drink, So that one is called the rakta, and the masa mean the like when you, this is, I think you can say, when you're tired walking, what you do, you drink water, it gave you more energy. But when you want to gather all the family, what you do is you make the cook food. When you cook the food, everybody come there. So similarly, as a masa, as a meat, as a hook to bring it all the enlightened, and rather as a nectar, as a increasing, experience of your lame as a lighting. So this is not really, don't take as a serious literally. It's not good idea. So masa and rakta for as yogi, patron and recipients. Patron and recipient, this is talking about the sponsor and practitioner, So so some people become a sponsor. Some people become dedicated their life to practicing. So those two together. So patron and recipient and ready to dispel the adverse condition and accomplish the favorable one. So. Okay, then said, later in the Urathur great sacred palace of the Titrum, in the presence of the Vidyadhara, master of the Pema, is talking about the Guru Rinpoche, you emanate as a form of a karma dagini, matka, and look at the oath, took as an oath to protect the secret mantra of teachings. So when Guru Rinpoche came to Tibet, and he stayed a long time in the Tedrom, in the Tedrom. It's a really sacred place and a wrathful place. I heard it's a really not easy to, like, it's a look also scary, a rocky mountain and with the big cape. So when Guru Rinpoche was there and she gathered there, that time she's not like a human body, Dakini. And in Tibet, Lamkhen Rinpoche said there's 2 places as a Dagini gathering places in Tibet. I think there's 3, because Lapchi is a part of the Tibet. So Lapchi is one place that gathers the Dagini, and the Tsari, where's the Khenpo Rinpoche's birthplace, and that's famously known as a Dagini gathering places, and Tedrom. So just like a Dagini come time to time gathering, like we celebrate like a Guru Day or Dagini days. On those days, those Dagini gather there. And do the puja or manifest and do so that is a gathering place of the Daginis. So one of those 3 or 2 places is one is a Tedrom. So when Guru Rinpoche was there, she manifests as a Kama Dagini, Then she took oath from Guru Rinpoche to teach, protect the sacred Dharma and the Dharma practitioner. So that is a second time her manifestation. This is a kind of like a non-human form lay manifestation. And is other word is the same. Do not in an way stray from your oath, except this Balinda, Dharma adorned with the Masa and the Rakta, for as a yogin, potent and recipient of the retinue, dispel the adversary condition and accomplish the favorable one. This is the same as a, and this is after that you clearly manifest as a nirmanakaya. It means that then after that Achi, reborn as a human form, as a historical Achi is happen. That way clearly manifest, mean that actually manifest, not just some kind of spirit traveling, non-human bodily. It's actually human body. She was born in the Digung, firmly in trust of the teaching to your fourth son, and know as Aji Chökyi Drolma, you took the oath to be the future protector, ceasing the hereditary cessations. So Aji life story is too long today. We don't have time. So Aji was born in the Digung, and later, after her parent died, and she traveled to the East Tibet. I mean, so those are extraordinary life story. Aji's life story is really extraordinary. I don't think so any ordinary human being can have that kind of experience, and that braveness. And she went to the East Tibet to come, and she married to the one monk. He doesn't want to marry, but she showed him that this is marriage is not about the desire or anything, because of from this family lineage, and will come from their children to later will come great practitioner. That reason she is marrying. So she married to him and had 4 sons. And after the 4th son, and one day I just said, who want to come with me to the Pure Land? Only few of them follow her. So she took them to the cave, and she bring to the human really flesh body, death body, and use that as a chalk offering. And whoever can take that one, they immediately went to the Pure Land. So that kind of extraordinary life story, long one, but if you want, you can read there a lot about this. But today, so that is what happened. Then she gave all the her teachings to her 4 sons. And she said, in the future, from this family lineage, there will be a great teacher comes. So when he appearing on this earth, I will be manifest as he's a protector of the teachings and him. So that is what it mean. The Achi mean the father side of a great grandma is called the Achi, like especially I think father side. So this is a Jidin great grandma. That way, his father side of Jidusung's father side is a grandma. So that way, Achi is a become name like that. Before there's not Achi. Achi mean the grandma. So this is a historically manifestation of the Achi who was born in the Digung. So from there to and the Kuratung march with together. She married with there's a particular family lineage called the Kura, and from there to then. From her great grandson is become one of the greatest Dharma practitioner and great leader of the teachings called the Lord Jidisungun. And when he comes, so she said when he come, he will be manifest as a teachings, protector of the teachings. Then I do not, so that way saying, do not in a way, any way stray from your oath, except this Balinda adorned with the Masa and a Ragda, for as a yogin, potent and recipient as a retinue, dispel the advice condition and accomplishing the favorable one. So this is a request in it. So this is really happened. She was born in Tibet. I said clearly manifest mean. Then said, then the Pegi Nantu means the glorious forest. It's a Diguntil, as a glorious forest of the Digung. In the present of the Gyobajita Sumgun, you come in the form of a Kamardagini. What called Makarda Dagini. Mamo as mean that like a female kind of like a spirit. 5 family and took oath to protect the unsurpassed teachings. So one day Jidisumgun and Trudo Kamba Jagarwa, one of the great, I think Mahasiddha, I'm not really sure his life story, but one of the great master discussing about the Dharma in the Digungtil. And suddenly Damaru and bells, the sounds come and from the sky, and a really beautiful sound, female kind of like a melody sound came. And Trudo asked, "Who is this?" And Jidisungwa said, "Oh, this is one of my grandma who was the wisdom Dagini. This was her." And Trudo requests Jidisungwa to please give me some transmission and teaching or how to practice her. So that reason Jidisungwa wrote her Sādhanā of the Aji Drolma Sādhanā, original what Jidisungwa wrote. I think reason is that one. So when Jidisungwa come and she manifests as a spirit and a form of spirit, and with the five Daginis, with the 4 Daginis, the 5 of them manifest, and they took oath from Jidisungwa to until the completely, Dharma is a vanish, she's going to be protected continually from her, this lineage, which is come from the Jidisungwas. So she's going to protect them continually. So that is what is here. Okay, then that is the previous life story of Chökyi Drolma. Now this is our request. What we request is that presently is now. When we attain the Vidyadhara state. So it means that we are practicing the Vidyadhara state. So we practice in the Vajrayogini. In this supreme sacred place where protector, guiding and oath bound one gather in order to attain the Buddha's 3 kaya in the lifetime, accomplishing without the fail the interest activities. So when we practicing Dharma, lots of things humanly cannot solve our problem. There are many things. I mean, if you're hungry, you can eat food. If you're, thirsty, you can drink water. If you're too cold, you can wear more clothes. If you are too hot, you can. Things like that, humanly can solve the problem. But there's, beside that, lots of things that we have no answer for. Many circumstances when we're practicing, and many of those are not necessarily physically, can be solved the problem. So, so we need to rely on some protectors, because we're not dealing with the or beings or anything as only physically object. There's a non-body beings there too. Non-bodily things like disease or lots of things that is not really can see the human eye, can hear the human ear. Things, those kind of obstacle may come. When those come, who can protect us is that kind of a protector, Dharma protector. They have this kind of power. They can protect us from that this kind of difficulty. So that reason we need their help. When we practice in Dharma, we have to deal a lot of obstacles, and so those how to free ourselves from that obstacle. Because if we want to accomplishing the complete Buddhahood within the lifetime, we have to have a free from those obstacles. So who can help us? Is some part is maybe we can ask help by human, like food, clothes, shelter, things like that. Human can help each other, but there are lots of things that the human cannot help. So those things who can help is a Dharma protector. That reason we have to be request to hard to protect us, our Dharma continually without the facing the obstacles, because Dharma have a lots of different kind of obstacles. We in Tibetan we said they are more serious with the Dharma practice. There is a more stronger obstacle will comes. So when we become a really seriously Dharma practitioner, the path will be not smooth, path will be not easy, but I mean we can overcome from those obstacles. But still, for the overcoming from that obstacles, we need help. We ourselves cannot do. So who can help is like this kind of oath-based Dharma protector, because they make the oath. They make the commitment. Like when you have a problem, you immediately call the police. The police are not your relative, police are not your parent, police not your sponsor or anything. But they took the oath, said, I'm going to protect all the citizens. It doesn't matter, I know or not know them, but I'm going to protect them. Same way, Dharma protector, they took the oath from the Pema Sambhava, they took oath from the Jidin Sumgun, they took oath from all the past master, said, I will be continually protecting those serious Dharma practitioners. But they only do according to the Dharma. If you want to do something bad and you ask them, they will not do, because they didn't take that oath. Like, it's just like you asking to the police, break the law. Or you want to sell the drug and you need help, please help. That means that you break the law and police break the law. They're not going to help you. So similar way, if you want to do something as a non-dharma, negative activity, and try to ask to the protector to help you, they're not going to help you, because they didn't take oath for that. They took oath for any kind of activity according to the dharma, then they will help you. So that way said, please help me according to the Dharma. Okay, then other prayer is, I think if you read, they're not much difficult to understand. So maybe also we don't have time. Then we'll go to the conclusion after the page 14. So it said, at the end of the practice, then dissolve the form from generation into the oneself. So Achi is a dissolve to you. Achi melt to the light and dissolve to you. The oneself as a Vajrayogini dissolve into the light from top and bottom. So that means that Vajrayogini is a crown and lotus all is a melting light until gather to the heart. Okay, and at the heart only Bam syllables. Then Bam syllable dissolve into the Bindu. Bindu means really small. Then that Bindu expands and primordial wisdom. Bindu is here said expanse or mix, become inseparable of the primordial wisdom, mean the nature, which is the free from conceptual, free from elaboration. So which is lots of time is said become invisible, meaning is the same. Invisible, why? Because you cannot describe anymore. So it's the same as a primordial wisdom. So it's gone to the nature state of that nature state, primordial wisdom, and unfed and inseparable, and remain in this meditative equipoise for the ultimate Varahi. So this is the ultimate nature of the Vajrayogini, and stay on this as much as you can. Then you do the other dedications. Janjoy Sem Joy Rinpoche Manje banai che joy che ye bai nyam bai men bai ya kone kondo pe wo joy tata konde tam je je tu sundo sabana ye pe je be zawande Tata Sinje Danje Nyundo Lana Memba Yanta Basobe Janjo Rinpoche Toba Joje Chesha Kose Kunjen Chuji Dende Nela Wando De Gomba Rinjembe Je Demba Sid Cheto Tosan Gomben Zenjuji